We'll just have to open up one of the platforms here. We'll go with YouTube. And let's see. Oh yeah, we are live. Would you look at that? Hello. Okay. What's up, folks? I believe we are live right now on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. All right. What's up? Now, I'm not sure exactly how I'm able to toggle the chat between all of them into one place. Hey, what's up, Gregory? I know, I've seen it before. I've seen that Restream will on some people's streams that I've seen, Restream will actually put the chat from the other streams into one platform. Now, I'm not sure if I'm doing that right now. I might not be, but we'll just have to figure this out as we go. We are multicasting right now. I believe we are live right now on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same time. So, what's up, Gregory? Thanks, man. Audio's good. We are back, and yeah, I'm just trying to get into the groove with this live stream thing. Let's bring that brightness down on my back screen there. There we go. That's a little bit more balanced there. Okay. Well, I might as well test out the guitar. I swapped around some of my setup here. Okay. All right. Let's see what some of these settings are at right now. Okay, that looks all right. Yeah, it should be pretty good. It should be pretty good to go. Now I wonder how I'm able to see the chat from Facebook at the same time as this. I'll have to ask some of my friends. So sorry if I can't see the chat right now for everyone in the other platforms, but we're figuring it out as we go. There's a way to see it on here. No, I think it's only on Restream that I can see that kind of stuff. Now how do I see the chat? I'm very new to this this Restream stuff. Hi Somya, how you doing? Okay. I do not know. Well, hopefully we're still live. Hopefully everything is live on other channels and such. I can't tell. Yeah. How's the guitar sound, y'all? put on some fresh strings. Put on these new Ernie Ball Paradigm strings that I hadn't tried yet, and I actually really like them. Might have messed everything up by touching one of these windows I have here. So let me check something. Let me make sure that we're not messing up today's live stream. I should be live right now on Facebook. Yeah, looks like I am live right now on Facebook. Look at it. Would you look at that? All right. Right, yeah, it looks like it's working on Facebook too. Let's check Twitch. Hey, heck, my buddy who's over here hanging out playing Ghost of Tsushima, he can check my live stream on Twitch. He's getting killed right now in a duel, but he accidentally took a swig of beer at the wrong time. But let's see. Let's check the Twitch stream. How do you see your own stream on Twitch? That's a real good question. Oh, yeah, there it is. And I'm live on Twitch. Obviously, Twitch is kind of a barren place for me right now, but I am live on Twitch. So I am live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Looks like everything's working great. Restream, you are awesome. Big thank you to the guys at Restream. Looks like their platform works very well. So, yeah, JJ's over here playing Ghost of Tsushima. So my animals are all asleep around me, and girlfriend's out visiting her mom, and I'm just going to go live right now and play some music for you guys. But looks like everything's working great across all the different platforms. This is kind of a test here that we're doing right now. I know the guitar's picking up on a little bit of my voice, so you guys might get a little residual effect in the voice, but whatever, you know, we're doing the best we can. Okay, let's open up YouTube again. All right. That's awesome. Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games. Yeah, the strings do sound a lot better today. You know, I had dead strings yesterday, but wanted to see if I could get away with using them for one more stream. But, you know, these do sound pretty good. You know, I'm pretty picky about my strings. You know, I worked with the guys from Ernie Ball for a long time because I am absolutely in love with their aluminum bronze line of strings. But they're a little backordered right now because, well, just the demand is just insane right now with string sales. So they sent me some of the Paradigms in the meantime, which are a new string they developed that is supposedly unbreakable. So these things are actually really good sounding. I'm really pleased. You know, I wasn't sure what they were going to sound like compared to the aluminum bronze. Thank you, Somya. I'm glad you enjoyed my playing. I hope you had a good birthday yesterday. Let's jump over to Facebook. Let's see how everyone's doing in Facebook. Give me them comments. Give me them comments. Cool. Everything works good. Eventually I'll figure out how I'm able to have my comments show up from all my platforms on like one page, but looks like Restream is working really well and we're going to go with this. So I'm going to go ahead and just jam out and work on some music. You know, I've been working on some pieces of music that I've been kind of hitting a rut with, a little bit of a writer's block, so to speak. So what I decided to do, and since I've got a little bit of this writer's block, is to just start going live with you guys and just work out the ruts with you. So whether it's just more of a voyeur kind of thing, you guys see me work on my own creative things in my own way, or maybe you have some input, maybe I could maybe interact with you guys. Eventually it'll be definitely like a member-based kind of thing where you guys can maybe help me put together a song, that kind of thing. But for now, we're just going to kind of do a free-for-all, no expectations kind of thing. And before we start, I forgot I should probably let some people know on Instagram. We're live on everything but Instagram because Instagram doesn't want to do multicasting quite yet. So here, we're going to go live real quick on Instagram. Hey, what's up, Instagram? Adrian Blue here. Just wanted to let you know that we are going live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch right now. We're doing a little multicast test stream. So come hang out for the next couple hours. Going to be doing some writing sessions and all that good stuff. All right. Thanks, y'all. Peace. Okay. Good enough. Right now we're doing no expectations, really. We're just kind of having fun, just testing out all this new streaming stuff that I'm getting used to here. So, there we go. Jump back over to Twitch. Looks like Twitch is doing good. Pedro from Porto Alegre. What's up, Pedro? I'm doing good, man. How are you? All right, jumping back to Facebook. Wanted to say what's up to my Aunt Amy's and what's up, Lisa Walters and Ulrich Schleicher. Ulrich Schleicher. What's up, buddy? How you doing, bud? You out here from it was from Germany? All right, and then we're gonna go out to YouTube. All right, and here we go. All right, first piece I was working on yesterday had a couple of varying parts, but let's get back to a tempo that I was playing with. Let's see what tempo I was messing with for a little while there. All right, so it was around 160, something like that. Maybe I can play around with that tempo a little bit. Maybe try a few BPMs slower, a few BPMs faster. See what it does. Let's start at 160 and see how it goes. Just because I could do some cool halftime stuff with some effects if I want to. All right. Let's just mess around a little bit with some of these ideas that I was putting together yesterday. I had a couple fragments that were starting to piece together, I feel like. So let's check it out. Maybe we'll bring down a little bit of the wet mix here. There we go. Bring down the mic a little bit and some of the highs. I brought those up yesterday to make up for the dead strings. So that's definitely a little fragment of a melodic idea that I want in there. Whether it's the intro or maybe a bridge or just a little like ditty for the verse or something, I don't know. Maybe it's the chorus. warming up my hands here. Playing around with some ideas and then just going off on some tangents there, but that's sort of what this is. It's kind of a no expectations Sunday kind of thing here. But I'm working on writing new music. I've got a lot of fragments of different ideas and different songs and some different keys and tunings and stuff that all have kind of some different feelings and directions they're going in, but that's kind of one that's got a few different fragments that are still coming together. But yeah, there's a couple cool ideas in there. For the sake of string conservation, I'm going to give a little wipe down here, if you don't mind. But yeah, we'll go ahead and scan through some of the comments here through the different platforms before I continue working on some music. Ooh, that's loud. Sorry about that. All right. What up, Will? Thanks, man. I'm glad it sounds good. Somya, thank you. I'm glad you like it. All right. All right. Got some. Okay, we're still live on a couple platforms. Okay. Everything is still live. All right. Well, man, I really like how Twitch looks. Twitch looks really good. So far, the most people are active in YouTube, but I really like Twitch's interface and platform. Looks like it's the quickest as far as the relay goes, too, from what I'm seeing here and what you guys are seeing and such. Looks like Facebook has the most people, but not the most activity. But, we're learning as we go. But the point is that some of you are here, and, this live thing is fun, and I've got this fully equipped studio that I've been putting together and learning all this live stream crud. Because, man, it's a load of crud, trust me. It's a lot to learn in the live streaming realm, and it's kind of never ending. Something will get updated and some driver will stop working on something next week. I'll have to relearn half the protocol that I've had to figure out just thus far, but that's how it goes. All right, these are fresh strings, so let me make sure we're still in tune here. Wow. I've been really surprised with these strings. These are new strings for me, and they're brand new. I just put them on before the stream, right? And none of them have come loose, and I'm like really going for it, right? Doing bends, doing slaps and pulls and stuff. Not a single one has dropped out of tune. None of them even really need to get stretched anymore after the first couple of stretches, which is really unusual to me. So, yeah, I'm really surprised at these strings. The new Ernie Ball Paradigms. Wow, they actually sound great. Didn't know what they were going to be like. I'm in love with their aluminum bronze line, have been for years. So I was weary. I was like, do I really need to try something new? I'm kind of happy with what I got. But they were like, no, try these. And, man, these are awesome. And supposedly they can't break, too. So we'll see. Oh, my dog just woke up from a little dream. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay, Bobo. So that's definitely got to be in there. And then this little idea. And that third chord's really hard. So that's got to be in there. So I don't know if I like that as the intro, that little ditty, or if I like this as the intro. Because that's like a little riff I came up with that I really liked. I was playing way too much Ghost of Tsushima, and watching my buddy play it a lot too, and I just came up with this little riff. And this is how I first came out with this chord that I like in the beginning of this. But And then that turned into... come up with other chords, so I was like, I wanted to just do power chords honestly and use these open strings in this hybrid standard tuning I got here. Some harmonics in there too, you know, try and like maybe embellish the melodic idea that's almost in there. Something like that. And then there's, you know, the cascading ideas that could go in there somehow too. I don't know. Something like that. Something like that. What do you guys think? What do you think so far? There's some ideas in there, right? There's some cool stuff in there, I think. Like it doesn't like it when I touch the screen. Ooh. What's up, Bilal? Hello from Turkey. Hey, what's up, Mom? How you doing? That blue light was called an EBO. So it's a magnet. It's a very old device that they used to use for like electric guitar and bass and stuff back in the day. And it's been around for a long time, actually. I think since like the 70s or something. But yeah, it's a little tiny magnet, and there's these little plastic rails that guide it to go in between the strings. And it doesn't really work as well on acoustic, admittedly. But it still works pretty well on the unwound strings, the high steel strings. What's up, German Wolf? Greetings from Germany. But yeah, it's got a little magnet, so if you put it to the steel strings, it emulates a kind of a violin or something almost. Basically, it removes the attack of the picking hand, right? That nasty sound was me accidentally touching it to the top of the string. It's very sensitive, very easy to make it do this. Watch. That is you getting too close slightly, and it starts to kind of vibrate and touch the string. But if you hold it just at the right sweet spot, I've gotten pretty good at it, but I need to practice it again. It's kind of like a bow, where you're supposed to actually move it with the fundamentals that you're changing with the fretting hand. It works way better on an electric guitar. It works crazy good on an electric guitar. You can use it on the lower strings and stuff. Doesn't work with the wound strings as well. I mean, it still sounds cool when you get it, but that's really hard to do compared to an electric. I mean, this thing is really, really sensitive on an electric. So yeah, you can kind of get some sounds from it on the lower strings. You can make it sound like a little flute or something. Sounds like a little Irish tin whistle, you know? And then you can push it up an octave, really make it sound like that. Practicing that with some harmonics there, and then add the groove later. Closer. Something's happening there. Glad you like it. Thanks, Mom. That's my mom, Christine Thompson. There's my aunt, Amy Marsden. Greetings. Hope the fam's doing good down there in SoCal. I know you're doing good out in Denver, Mom. I wish I was where that weather is right now because it's nasty and hot and smoky out here in the valley of Northern California. Hope the fires are doing okay. Hope the firefighters are doing okay. Whoops. All right. Well, there's some ideas starting to flesh out there. Let's check on some of the other platforms here and make sure that everyone's okay. I'm pretty sure that Restream wants me to pay if I'm to be able to see all the comments at one time on one session. I think that's how it works. So right now I'm just sort of scanning through some of the sessions. And yeah, I think most people are migrating to YouTube. YouTube seems to be the platform of choice. So we're probably going to stick to me watching the comments on YouTube for the moment. But what up, Rodney? Miss you, bro. What up, Carlo? How you doing? Pedro, hey, how you doing? Greetings from Brazil. Hope you and your mom are doing good. Rodney, I miss you, bro. I love you. Carl, thank you. Yeah, the sound's supposed to be pretty good right now, man. It's supposed to be pretty rocking. Good. Glad to see there's some people on Facebook tuning in. We are doing my first multicasting session right now. So we are live on Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube right now at the same time. So we're still figuring out how this all works. But, you know, I'm trying a new thing out where I set up my situation here to go live while I do practice sessions and writing sessions. And you guys get to kind of be involved in the creative side of me putting together the new music that I'm working on. So I've got a few different songs and a few different ideas that are all in different fragments and stuff right now that I'm just sort of trying to clean up by repeating the process over and over again. And, you know, quite frankly, I've been in a creative rut. You know, I've been kind of depressed with everything lately. No live music, no touring. My career's kind of at a standstill. And there's way other worse things going on than just my little problems and issues. So it's all been a bit overwhelming, and I have been having trouble getting myself out of the writing rut, so to speak. And I decided to start doing this live thing with you guys just to get myself motivated to write and record and practice and all this stuff by doing it live with you, because now I got no choice. Now you guys are here. So yeah, I thought that was a cool, fun idea to do. So now we're gonna go back to YouTube Live here. I think YouTube Live is kind of where I'm going to focus a lot of my attention for the comments until we figure out the Restream setup and I get a better situation with seeing all the comments live in one place. But Twitch is really good video. Yeah, Twitch usually looks good. But if you click the little dots here, you should be able to check and make sure that you're doing my native resolution for the actual stream, which should say on those little dots in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, when you click the quality, it should say 720p 60. So make sure it says that, and you'll be getting the true native stream quality. Twitch automatically does it. For some reason, YouTube sometimes bases it on whatever your source's connection speed is. So say you're using Wi-Fi from your phone, typically it'll downgrade it a little bit. So check those three little dots if you're on YouTube Live and check what it says quality and make sure it says 720p 60. But other than that, it should be sounding good, should be looking pretty good. But yeah, let's see. There's another set of ideas I've been working on in this same hybrid standard tuning here that I've got going with the C sharp on the high string, but it's a different series of ideas that are kind of in a different major relative tuning than major relative key than what I'm playing in right now, and it sounds very different, but it also sounds similar. So I don't know if these ideas can really relate to each other, maybe come together in the same song, or maybe they're just separate songs and separate ideas. But I'm gonna check the tempo of this other song that I'm working on, and we're gonna kind of visit some of those ideas and see what we can do with those. So the tempo is something like it's somewhere around 138, 140. So let's go ahead and let's do 138. I like that 138. You know, I really like it when it's not like the most easily divisible number on the tempo. I like kind of to make the tempo a little bit different, you know, than just you're saying clean cut numbers that a lot a lot of the prog songs and stuff that I practice are in. But here, let's check this out. Let's check this out. All right. Yeah, my mom's here. That's my mama. I love my mama. She's my biggest fan. She's awesome. I'm going to take a swig. Of some San Pellegrino. All right. Get myself situated because my foot's asleep a little. All right, so here's some of these other ideas I've been working on, okay? Well, I don't like little too much frequency coming up right there on whatever that is. Let's find that. Let's get rid of that. Where is that? There it is. It's around 220. You hear that? Now we're gonna cut that, get a good nice minus 15 dB. There we go. You guys hear how that clashed frequency's gone? That little tiny that was happening. It was only when I was hitting this chord. Much better. All right, here's some of the ideas. There's some ideas there. You want to know more about you from my mom? Well, she can answer some stuff for you. I've been playing guitar since I was 14. I'm 31 now. But there's definitely some ideas in here somewhere. I'm hearing it come together a little bit. Frequency's still bothering me. I'm going to cut the dBs just a little bit more. There we go. There, much better. There's some stuff in there. It's starting to come together. Got my adult beverage, my Sunday adult beverage. Sorry guys, just relaxing. I'm having to work a lot of extra side jobs right now since there's no touring or performing right now, so I'm gonna enjoy my Sunday. So that one's, that's in a... Right on. Thanks, True Sound. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like doing the drum stuff a lot. A lot of people say that my right-hand percussion technique is what's really unique and different about my playing in some ways. But, yeah, I mean, I very much like to project imagery with my playing. I definitely self-visualize a lot of cinematic kind of things in my head whenever I play. That's sort of how I get in the zone, right? I don't really think too much about what it is that I'm doing, but I like to analyze the feeling that it invokes and go from there. But lately I've been studying, and trying to get a lot of the weak areas that I have to be cleaned up. One of those is theory and identifying, different things of what I'm doing and that sort of stuff. So I've been working on it. But that one's in a nice relative major key from what I'm doing. Nice major 7. Yeah, as far as getting inspired for melodies, Somi is asking him how I get inspired for melodies. Do I hear in my head first, or do they come as I brood on certain chords and scales? It's kind of a bit of both, Sometimes I have to chip away at it a little bit more of a repeat and rinse kind of process, I like to call it, where I'm doing the latter of what you're saying, where I'm sort of playing a lot of ideas in fragments of chords and such, and then I sort of find a melody hiding in there once I come up with a say a structure of a progression or a rhythm maybe, or a riff even. But sometimes, there are solid melodies that come in my head first. That's happened before with some songs. I know that like the Mystic, for example, which is one that I'm gonna revisit and rewrite. I'm thinking about doing what I'm going to call the Return series. So Return series, where I'm going to do like some old songs and rewrite them. I've already done that, but I'm going to actually kind of do a couple of singles from like Steps, and then also from Draw Inspiration, my first album, which a lot of people don't know about because I kind of try to keep quiet about that one. And the songs need to be rewritten and re-recorded. They were very amateur in both those realms. But yeah, I definitely have done a little bit of both of what you're saying as far as getting inspired by melodies. Sometimes they come in my head first. Sometimes I have to just brood on them by just trying to hammer the nail over and over again when it comes to finding chords I like, scales I like, and structures I like with progressions and so on. Grad Pacifico. Cheers. So I definitely like some of those harmonic ideas I'm doing on top there too. Those were kind of fun, right? Doing some of the cascading harmonics, or maybe even just doing some partial chords with harmonics in the higher register. That's kind of... definitely love this as a bridge. I love those chords. They're really hard to do, but it's like a little power chord, and then you sneak in that other note right there. You're sneaking a little B and a little B flat. I'll have to come back to that one again later. There's definitely some ideas that I've been piecing together in that realm, but I want to play something else now. I'm working on a blues tune. You guys might have caught some of it yesterday. Let me wipe off these strings here. If I want them to last a couple streams and not re-string every single day, which I've been doing lately, I need to wipe them down. But my guys at Ernie Ball have been keeping me well equipped. I want to be able to give a shout out to my company at Ernie Ball out in San Luis Obispo. They've been keeping me strung up and ready for years now. I've been using their strings, but much love to them for all their hard work and efforts trying to keep the strings for all the artists and also still keep up with the demand that they got going right now. I know that it's a lot, so yeah. But I'm trying some new strings actually right now. These are strings that I have not tried before that they sent me. Until they can get the aluminum bronze that I love back in stock. They sent me some of these new Paradigm strings, and I wasn't sure what to think, and I am pleasantly surprised, man. These are awesome. Supposedly it's a new design that is unbreakable, the string core, and under normal circumstances, of course. You know, if you sit here and, you know, take a hammer to them or a crowbar or something, yeah, sure, you might break them, but supposedly they don't break under normal playing circumstances, and that's pretty cool. And I didn't know if that was going to impact the quality of the tone or not, and it certainly doesn't. These things sound great, so I really like them. But yeah, this next thing I've been working on, let's visit this next piece of music. We can come back to some other ideas later, but that's how I sort of am fleshing out these next releases, because quite frankly, I'm in a bit of a writing rut, so I'm going to force myself out of it by just hammering the nail over and over again. So let's move on. Let's work on this blues tune, okay? So I've been working on a blues piece that's based on some riffs and ideas that I've done live as improv parts for many years for different bar gigs. A lot of my first gigs and a lot of my most loved gigs are late night bar gigs that, you know, you play for 3-4 hours in front of whoever, and you get them to drink and party and dance, and maybe they're talking and partying and hanging out, but who cares? You gotta keep the party going. So I remember the first gig I got a call, and I only had like 30 minutes of material ready, and it was all this like pretty melodic stuff like I'd just been playing. And they asked me to play for 3 hours, and I was like, well, I need to take a gig when I get a call for a gig, right? You know, you do the gig you want, not the gig you have, is what I've always heard. So I said yes and took the gig, and I remember I got up there and started playing all this somber stuff, and they were like, hey, hold on, you got to kick it up and not get people moving and drinking. So I started hitting my guitar and playing more blues licks. So I've always sort of done bluesy improv stuff for some of my late night bar gigs that I've done in the past, but I never actually wrote and released a blues song. So this is my kind of attempt at doing a blues piece. So let's see what we can come up with here. I've got a few ideas that I've been fragmenting together, and they're starting to bridge. It's starting to come on, and there's a couple runs I've been working on. I want to do a couple cool little blues lick kind of runs and stuff. And yeah, it's got kind of a good vibe so far. I think the general consensus of the tempo has been the same, but one of the things that I've been wanting to work on with different tunes that Antoine suggested to me. Antoine Dufour is my producer, and he's my mentor of mine and a good friend, and he's given me a lot of advice over the years and helped produce my albums and such. And one of the things he told me that I should try is when I'm working on pieces of music, especially before I go to record them, I should be checking what the tempo is, playing to a click always, practicing to a metronome always, but also try varying that tempo a little bit between practice sessions. You know, say you have a piece at 160, try moving it up a little bit. Try moving it to 162, 164, see how it is. Try moving it down to 158, 156, see how it is. And just sort of see if there's maybe a different feeling you weren't hearing before. So this blues piece, let's see what that is. I think that's around 1:9, 1:10. But let's do 109. I like a good odd tempo. All right, 109. Okay. Let's see how that goes. So let's see. I've got a couple ideas, but I want to start it off like this. Just playing around with some ideas there. There's definitely some good grooves and riffs, but I need to get a little bit more of a distinct, defined melody in there. Some tips for separation of melody and rhythm from Kristen Robertson. Hey, how you doing? Glad you like the music. Some of the things when it came for me and really refining my rhythm playing, especially, I basically focused mostly on keeping them very separate for quite some time. I mean, I remember spending quite a bit of time practicing things very separate for a number of years, just to get myself a little bit better prepared for doing a lot of the rhythm stuff and having it be more defined and separate and clear. And so for a long time, I used to do some interesting things to train myself to be able to do that. So I remember for a number of years, I had to practice plugged in because I needed that stage volume to really get used to playing on stage. It isn't the same playing unplugged, and it certainly doesn't prepare you for the stage playing unplugged. So I would rent a rehearsal space and plug into a PA and crank it and try to get used to playing as if I was in a live setting. And one of the things that I would do is I found, because I was using a rehearsal space from a buddy of mine, and there was some old drum instructional audio tapes, and I remember listening to a couple drum instructionals that were just rhythms, and so I gave myself a dry signal like I got now, and I just practiced doing different rhythms with just my right hand. So I started by finding each piece of the drum kit in correspondence to what I wanted to practice, but you can sort of create different drum sounds in different areas, right? So you can do a kick up here. I'm going to go ahead and mute the strings in my left hand for the sake of keeping it nice and clear. But you can do a kick up here, right? Remember, you don't need to hit it hard. You're not building something. You're just, dropping your hand very gently to create the impact. So you can do a kick down here in the lower bout or up here in the upper bout. You can do like a closed hi-hat now with your left hand. In order to do that, you're going to keep the strings muted with fingers that are closer towards the bridge. And then any fingers behind one of those fingers, whether it's this one, or a combination of them, you're going to do a pop while still keeping these fingers flat on the strings to mute them, right? So get used to doing that. And that's kind of like a closed hi-hat. So now you got kick and a hi-hat. Now you're going to start adding snare. I'm doing it down here at the lower bout. Now I'm going to start adding it to this bout on the rosette here. Boring beats, but that's how you start getting into the rhythm. Now I'm going to start adding tom. You can do toms pretty much anywhere. Now I'm doing more games. So yeah, there's a lot of rhythm exercises with the right hand, right? Now, starting to add the left hand into it, I would start by changing that hi-hat into tapping, and I would start either doing rhythms or melodies in there, because obviously you got to create a song. So I would start by mainly usually turning one of those into a bass line. So I'd be like, now we'll add a little harmony. Start adding a melody. So I'll just usually break them down into, different pieces and parts, Pure tapping? No, I'm holding a melody, and then I'm popping a couple strings in between those counts. If you see, when my hand stops to pluck the melody, I'm also plucking different strings. What up, Jeff? Jeff's being snark in response, which I like. Yeah, it's there's some tapping with this note, but I'm plucking too. I mean, I'm just improvising, right? But I'm just trying to show you some ideas, because, I basically start by, starting in one place and then adding wrinkles, so to speak. So, yeah, I draw inspiration. Definitely needed some growth in the writing department too. But yeah, I'm going to definitely revisit some of those ideas for some of the next releases, along with new songs that I'm working on and piecing together. But yeah, that's kind of a little bit of how I've, created separation with some of the stuff. Some other things that I remember doing really early on too, with separating melody and rhythms, was learning some people's tunes and completely separating them. Like, I remember learning, Antoine Dufour's Reality, and I couldn't do them at the same time, the melody part and the rhythm part. So I practiced them completely separate for a long time, and then just put them to a click, and then started piecing them together at quarter time, then half time, and then pushing them back up to 100%. So doing I just played the blues piece while you were on your phone call, Mom. But yeah, I've been working on that, and the thumpy stuff I've been working on too, Jeff. I've been trying to work on some thumping stuff, but I've been doing it mostly on my new electric guitar. This has been fun. All right, let's turn the reverb back on a little bit. Boom. Let's pull up this guy again. All right. I saw I just got a tip from someone. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Anyone who, sends a tip, I appreciate it. It's not required, but every little bit counts. I appreciate that. Tips are donated at PayPal, adrianblue@yahoo.com, but you can also use that same name on Cash App and Venmo, that sort of thing. A shimmer reverb. No shimmers here, bud. I can't stand those shimmer reverbs, honestly. They're getting overdone. But what I'm using is an old Lexicon 224 module. That's what this little guy right here is. But yeah, it's a really old reverb module, but you can sculpt everything from like the diffusion to the decay to the bass and mids and trebles and depths and different sort of like pieces and parts of the actual dry and wet mix and stuff. So it's a really cool module, but it's been around for a long time. But I like it. It sounds good, huh? Now I'm also using an old Galaxy tape delay, which has like a nice tape echo. So yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. It's all UA stuff, all Universal Audio. All right, one of the things I've been getting requests of for a while. Fresh string, sorry. People really like my reggae version of Ebon Coast, Andy McKee's Ebon Coast. I did my own arrangement of it some years ago, and Andy really liked it and shared it, and it got some viral activity. Sorry about that. It got some viral activity that really helped kind of boost my career in some of the earlier stages of what I was doing. And a lot of people keep asking me to play it, and maybe if I'll release tabs for it or a re-recorded version of it. I recorded a version of it on my but yeah, I've been working on that, so I want to re-release that. Sorry, I'm reading some of the. I think some of the comments are coming in way later than my feed is here. That's kind of funny. I think that. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, see see Gregory found me through that actual viral post that Andy did where he shared the Hawaiian reggae version of what I had been doing with my Ebon Coast that I've been learning, because I learned it all by ear. You know, we were talking about learning pieces by ear, and I was in Hawaii at the time and listening to tons of reggae, and I just couldn't stop putting this reggae twist to it, so I just turned it in my own little tune. And it kind of stuck with me, and Andy really liked it. A lot of people like it. I think quite a few people play it with that swing rhythm now that I do. So I'm going to practice that because I'm going to re-record it for my Return series. I think it's around 124, 125, something like that. We'll do 124 for the sake of keeping it. I like that 124. All right, let's jam out with this a little bit. I'm having a good time playing this song, and I kind of like to embellish some different melodic ideas in it. So let's dig it. Cheers, happy Sunday, y'all. So I definitely got to re-record that one. Just do it as another single and maybe even do some instructionals on it. But yeah, I'm working on the instructional series for Patreon. We are going to launch it next month in Patreon. We were thinking about launching it through some other platforms, but Patreon seems to make the most sense for now. I was looking at YouTube membership and stuff like that, but we'll just have to keep figuring it out as we go and just launch the first part of the series, which is going to be an instructional on String Slinger, and then we'll move on to Return to Dawn and some other songs from the album, and then I'll start doing some more focused instructional material on things like my right hand technique and rudimentary exercises for percussion and songwriting stuff for separation of melody and rhythm, and coming up with ways of writing and using your DAW and different things like that, live production sound, that sort of thing. We're going to be doing some of these live sessions where I actually have my DAW open and you guys get kind of a screen capture of what you see on my computer, along with me in the corner with the guitar. And I'm actually going to be putting together songs piece by piece and kind of doing playback kind of call and response with you guys, seeing what you think of different sections and how we can put it together to create the actual songs. So there's definitely going to be a member songwriting kind of a thing for live streaming, and then along with lessons, which are all going to be through this kind of live streaming platform. It'll be this quality for my Skype lessons that I launched through Patreon as well. So everything's going to launch next month, sometime in the middle of the month, hopefully, before I get too busy here for the season. Gigs are starting to come back. The gigging situation has been screwed for me in California. The state still hasn't really opened up, but the city in each county is a little different. In the city where I'm at, the capital, Sacramento, the county's been slowly rolling things back by letting us do outdoor stuff, and the city's been doing some city-controlled, city protocol events, and they've been paying me to do a couple of them where I set up a PA and just sort of play music and stay away from everyone or whatever, and that's cool and all, but I'm ready to get shows back in order, hopefully sometime in the near future. I was supposed to be playing in like South Africa last week, in France the week before, and I was already supposed to have been all over Europe this year, and it's just been a nightmare for my career. But it's been much more of a nightmare for many other people in many other ways, so I'm not complaining too much. I'm just glad that I'm alive and safe, and hopefully I can get out there and gig for you guys sometime in the near future and get back to touring. But until then, this live thing is going to be the way it is for a little while. So there's my version of Andy McKee's Evan Coast that I've been trying to revisit here and there because people keep asking about it, and I think I need to just kind of keep that alive by chronicling it for another re-recorded, rewritten release in the future, along with some of my other older tunes and a batch of newer tunes with Candy Rat Records. So, all right, let's go to a different tuning here and mess around a little bit. This is my little minor tuning here. Mr. Minor, they call me. It's always hard to get me to get out of the same loops of scales that I like, but you know what? I know what I like. All right, here we go. I really like these strings. These Ernie Ball Paradigms. Real quick, I guess I'll do a quick scan in some of the other platforms, make sure, there's not too many people getting ignored. So, I think that, I think I've been responding to most of the people that need to be responded to, which is for the most part, it's in YouTube Live. But right now we are doing a multicasting session for my first time. So I'm live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time. But I just wanted to check and make sure there's no one that I'm, ignoring or something like that. But most of you are alive and well in YouTube. Seems to be where we're living. All right. Honestly, I stayed away from standard tuning and modal tuning, modal playing for a while just because I grew up just drilling that stuff, trying to get a degree in music and just hating it, and I haven't visited anything close to a standard tuning in years, and recently I've been going back to a kind of a hybrid standard tuning on this 7-string. This is my prototype collaboration model that I'm doing with Furk Guitars. I've been working with them for years, and I got to go design this in Europe with them at their factory last year. So because the 7-string is such a new territory for me, and I really want to kind of bridge the gap between my baritone material and my standard guitar material, I've been trying to tune this to like a hybrid standard 7-string kind of tuning is what I'm calling it. I'm calling it a hybrid standard tuning. So it's like baritone standard from B to B. So B, well, right now I just changed it to a weird tuning, but earlier what I've been staying in is B, E, A, D, F sharp, B, and then I've been changing the first string instead of the low string to fit my different scales and progressions I'm doing. So I think for a while there I had B flat. That was fitting a lot of the first songs I was doing. And then I pushed it up to D when I wanted, or excuse me, I was doing, was it D flat? And then I pushed it up to D when I was doing the blues kind of stuff. So, but now I'm back in my weird messed up tuning. Something like 148, 153, somewhere between there. just having fun this Sunday, just messing around for a couple hours. I've messed around with about 4 new different fragments of ideas of songs, I think. I'll have to revisit some more of them, not live, so that I can kind of mess around with the DAW a little bit more and really sit down and take some more time. But I wanted to kind of go through some of this process with you guys and just get myself out of the writing block by going live with you. We can chit-chat a little bit, and you guys can see the process that I'm going through, ask questions, all that good stuff, and, request a song or two here and there. But I think we're going to wrap it up now. It's getting very, very hot in my apartment here in the valley, and I need to turn my AC on, and it's too loud to do that while we're live. So I think I'm going to close out with one more song here. I think I'm just going to close out with String Slinger. You guys cool with that? I think that's good. And then and then I'm gonna eat some lunch and relax a little bit and turn on my AC. And then just so you guys know, I am launching the Patreon next month. We're going to be launching an instructional series based on the different songs that I've released, along with some different technique instructionals. There's going to be giveaways, sneak peeks at songs, and you guys are, going to be the first to check that out. So Patreon's coming next month, and then lots of new tunes are in the works. I'm going to keep doing this random live thing for my writing sessions. We might start picking them like 2-3 days a week at a certain time to keep that at a consistent rate. But I just ordered my second capture card because I'm going to be doing some game streaming too. I am a gamer. A lot of games inspire me. I'm going to play a lot of old school games that I grew up with, along with a couple new ones that I think are good to stream and that sort of thing. So I think we're just going to close out with String Slinger for now, though. But I appreciate you folks for checking out the stream. Any donations help. PayPal, AdrianBallou@yahoo.com. Venmo is at Adrian-Ballou, and then you can do the Cash App, Adrian Ballou. But every little bit counts. This is how I'm kind of making my living right now. So, thanks again, folks. Just enjoy the rest of your day. And this one here is String Slinger. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Happy Sunday. This is my last tune, String Slinger. Thought I broke a nail, but no, we're good. All right, y'all, that was String Slinger. Well, Somya, hopefully one day you'll share, and we'll help you get some stuff down on the guitar when I launch this instructional series on Patreon. But yeah, I will definitely be doing a live concert someday in India. I hope. I got a lot of fans and friends there, so. But yeah, I think that's going to conclude today's live session, folks. Thank you for tuning in on today's Sunday live stream. We did our first multicasting session today, so we are live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now, and I think it went pretty well. I think it's been pretty smooth. I don't think we've had any frame rate drops or any sort of latency or delays or anything. I think the sound is really great, so yeah, go ahead and give me any feedback in the comments, y'all. If you want to ask any quick questions real quick before I log off, please do so now. Otherwise, yeah, I will be launching Patreon the next month. It's going to be a members-only, donation-based kind of thing where I give you instructionals, giveaways, sneak peeks, and special live stream events. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to be doing this live thing a lot more and more, and we're going to be doing multicasting through the different platforms. And then I'm also going to be doing some game streaming too, because why not? So yesterday I bought a second capture card, and I'm going to be streaming some of my favorite old school games and just, you know, chatting and, you know, talking smack and having fun. So we'll be doing that a little bit. It's gonna be mostly music on my channels, but you know, this day and age, me being stuck at home and not being able to gig or tour like I usually make a living off of, I'm having to get more and more creative. So we're gonna try the game thing too. But until then, just stick around and keep your eyes and ears open on my media channels for more live streams. We might go again live tomorrow for all I know. I'm kind of feeling this. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Any donations do help. PayPal AdrianBaloo@yahoo.com, Venmo Adrian-Baloo, and Cash App is Cash Adrian Baloo. All right, thanks, folks. This is going to be the end of Sunday's live stream. So you all have a great rest of your day and a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Much love. Adrian Baloo, over and out.